Hi. Hi there. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the Savvy Sisters. I am so happy, and we have a fantastic little interview for you today to really get you going because, how many of us really get overwhelmed? Everyone. So, yes, sometimes that overwhelmness is on. Jenny, our guest, is on. She's going to be on right in this minute. Hey, I love it. Your prompt. I love you. All right. One thing I want to do just first before we even begin is I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for all you wonderful sisters who have wished me a happy birthday. I just want to take that moment to say thank you. It was a fabulous birthday. I went away with my kids real quick and we went to a little state park. We had a fabulous day of kayaking and laying out in that beautiful sun that felt so good on my skin after being in the water. So I just want to thank you for the blessings. Now, all right, I am going to get Jenny on here, and when she gets on, because it always takes a minute with the Facebook, it's always changing. So here she is. I'm going to bring them on camera. Love this. And then she's going to come on, and we are going, I hope, is she going to come on? Are you going to come on? Well, yes. Are you there? Bring them on. Jenny will be able to see this video. Of course, Jenny, yes, add. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey, turn your camera. Hi, Jenny. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell them a little bit about you. Okay. Hey, we're both wearing blue. Good for us. It's a blue kind of day.
I love it.
Ooh, I do. All right. Jenny Mannion. Did I pronounce that correctly, Jenny?
Mannion.
Mannion. Thank you. Okay. I make everything sound like it's from Europe. Was told she would be confined to a wheelchair. I mean, this is incredible. All right. Hi, thank you, Shelley. Thank you. I did have a wonderful day. But anyway, she was having quite a life. Jenny was fighting 3 chronic illnesses. It seemed like one came after another, which I have seen happen to so many people. But she took matters into her own hands. And that's what I always try to get people to do. So many times we just trust that, okay, we're going to go through the process. No, you don't have to go through the process. But anyway, she is an intuitive healer. And I'll tell you, she's gained that because she learned. She learned how to heal. And it's a fantastic thing. But today, we're actually talking about 4 ways to feel empowered instead of overwhelmed. Now, why? Because when you are just living in a daily world, I don't even have to tell you this, for heaven's sakes, you get overwhelmed. You get totally overwhelmed. I mean, in one day you can have, especially if you have kids, and you're working full time and you're a single mom, or even if you're not a single mom, you have so much on your plate, and then the kids add more, or the boss adds more, or somebody else adds more. And before you know it, you're just toppled over. How do you conquer this overwhelmness and instead feel empowered? And during this show, too, or this little interview, I also want to mention that Jenny has written a book. It's called The Short Path for Change. And if you hold on, I think, shh, there might be a gift. So we're going to bring her in right now. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hi, Alena. So nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful to have you. I'm so excited. All right. So, not to mention when people are sick, that in itself, and we will get to that. But first, let's start with, the everyday, the woman who is running around with 3 boys, me, and then has a full-time career. And there are a lot of women like me. That's why I'm bringing it up. And they're just, kids are scheduled to a high heaven, and you're trying to work, and you have a career, and you're trying to have it all, you're trying to pull it all together. But sometimes those days can just be like you just don't want to get up. You just can't face that overwhelming sensation that's going to hit you. What You know, I want to jump. Well, give us one way. Give us one way and talk about it a little.
Well, it's interesting that you talked about in the morning you don't want to get up, because those first words that we tell ourselves are so important. So I'll begin with the self-talk. In the morning and at night, there's really no more important time, because our subconscious is kind of still tuned in. So those messages go deeper. So if we're laying in bed, rolling around, doing our to-do list in our head, and oh, this person's going to annoy me with this, and I don't believe I have to do this today. Obviously, we're not going to wake up very excited for the day. So
we're going to pull the covers up and hide.
Yeah. So watch where those thoughts are in the morning. I mean, we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. 95% of them are the same as yesterday, and 80% are negative. That gives us a lot of wiggle room to work with to get those thoughts more positive. Yeah. So instead, if we're like, you know what, I'm so grateful I have food to put on the table for my kids today. And, you know, I'm going to make time to take that yoga class, or I'm going to make time to have that lunch with a friend, or I'm going to, you know, do something for myself today. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm looking forward to dropping the kids off so I have those 3 hours, you know, whatever it is that gets you smiling and feeling like, okay, yeah, let's go, you know, instead of, covers, you know, coffee.
That's right. Covers, coffee. Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, but you know, it's true. You are 100% correct that when you get up, there's this little lapse of time. I don't know, Jenny, maybe you found this too. Well, everyone, I bet you haven't even registered it. There is this little teeny weeny bit of time that it's like you're coming out of that really cool world of the dream, and reality smacks you in the face.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And people go into because I kind of studied it, because I wanted to see why people were getting their major anxiety was in the morning and when they got up. So I wanted to see, you know, I'm always exploring. That's, you know,
that's good.
And I thought, what is it about the morning? And I found that little time. And yeah, if you allow it, it smacks you. So I actually
also important, Alena, like the night before, like what did you go to bed telling yourself? Did you go to bed worried about the next day? Did you go, because you're kind of setting yourself up for the next day.
You do your schedule before you go to sleep, and your mind is going buzz, 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 buzz. Yeah, not good.
So if you're going to sleep thinking about the positive things that happened that day, thinking about the good things that might happen the next day, you're really opening it up, the what if, to the magnificent and the miracles, instead of the what if, oh no, you know, those worries.
Well, I find that, you know, if you can come up with a ritual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like when I get up, the very first thing I do, because you're in that wonderful world of half sleep, half awake, I lay there and I say, okay, all right, universe, I am here. I'm starting this day. What do you have for me? What do I need to think? And it blocks that overwhelmed feeling, because do you see? And
yeah, beautiful.
It's little.
And gratitude. Yeah. Gratitude is another thing that's so powerful to start the day with.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we as humans, again, we concentrate on the negative, but there's always so many things to be grateful for. It's just our natural habit to go towards the negative. Again, that's going to make us feel disempowered and weak. But if we wake up saying, wow, this is a comfy bed, you know, and I'm just so happy I have my partner next to me. And I'm so glad I get to have a yummy cup of coffee or tea in the morning, you know, and start thinking about just those little things, even, you know.
I get to have my pillow.
Oh, yeah, I love
you know what I mean? I get to wake up with sunshine. These little things, these are the gratitudes. Jenny, you tapped on something so big. Gratitudes are, I know it's becoming like a cliche kind of term that all the self-help, self-development people use. I'm telling you, gratitude helps. It changes perception. It can take any situation and change perception. It starts you on the very best part of your life. That gratitude is the wonder tool if you use it correctly. Yeah. It really
I tell people it's the #1 tool that helped me heal, because instead of concentrating my energy on the parts that hurt. I started concentrating my energy on the parts that felt good in my body, even if it was my little finger or something, and really giving thanks, that there were some healthy part of me, and things shifted. We are switching our energy flow to what is good and positive and calling more of that into us. Yeah.
The light.
It is beautiful.
Someone told me yesterday, a man I really respect, he said to me, black and white, and not just black and white, but dark and lightness, that's what I mean. Because dark is it's dark. So when you he said, but you've got to understand that light can change darkness, but darkness can't change light.
Absolutely.
Now, when you think of that, then you want to fill your world with light, because you can dispel the darkness. Darkness cannot change. If you add more dark, it doesn't do anything. You add more light, it can change. It turns brighter. It turns more intense. It's very, very interesting. Okay, let's do another way. What's a number 2? What's another way that we can feel empowered?
Helping someone else. And that doesn't mean, again, like your boundaries and, helping so you don't have any energy left, but everyone's in it now. Everyone's kind of being shown the world is kind of, at a volatile place. Everything's spinning faster and faster. And it really isn't punishment, although it can certainly feel like it, but it's really that like huge change is happening.
It is.
And as much as we get into our own stuff, and, oh, this is happening to me.
Right.
To reach out to another person, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be letting someone ahead of you in the grocery store. It can be kind words. It can be reaching out to a friend that is having a hard time, or someone that has, a family member that is an illness, which is almost everyone right now, reaching out to them, bringing a meal, doing that little bit of kindness really takes us outside of ourselves, and really it feels so wonderful to be of service.
I love
to someone.
And it can be just something little. It's funny. I was getting, I don't know, someone did something kind to me. I think they held open the door, or it was something really little, but I just was taken by surprise. And I thought, because I was in my head, all right? And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, in the present. And I was thinking, that is so nice. That was really nice, because we were all rushing. It was a really busy time. And then all of a sudden, I thought to myself, oh, I've got to do that for someone else. You start a chain reaction. You start a movement with one little act of kindness.
Absolutely.
I mean, if anything should empower you, it's that little thing you did for someone and start a chain reaction. It's powerful. What's number 3? It is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and tell more.
So number 3 is doing something good for yourself. Again, as busy moms or busy women, I don't have time. We're self-sacrificing. I have too much time. I have to do for this, and this person. And then I got to make dinner and go grocery shop and do laundry. Like, all wearing a smile. So, do something good for yourself. What brings you joy? And even like, if we say so many times, a lot of us are guilty of, I don't have time. Well, then there's time in the shower. There's time while you're cooking to put on your favorite music. There's always these little windows of time when you're in the car. What are you thinking? Are you doing your gratitude list? Are you booking a class for yourself? Are you taking a walk with a friend? Are you booking, like I always book a lunch with a friend a week just to make sure that I have that connection? What are you doing for you? Because obviously if your well is empty, you don't have water to give. So really filling yourself up and giving yourself that permission. And it can be something little. It doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm taking a grand vacation for a week,
Wouldn't we all love to do that? Yeah.
Every day to validate yourself, because we need to love ourselves and show ourselves that we love and respect ourselves, to keep going, to not be resentful, to do stuff out of the love of our hearts instead of that obligation feeling.
That's true. And guys, sometimes when we think, oh, I got to do something for myself, we put the pressure on ourselves. This is not to put pressure on yourself. Stop that right now. We're not putting any more pressure. We got enough pressure. But you know what? Just think, I just want to have fun. I just want to.
Yeah.
And so turn on Oh, you know what my love, you know what I love? I love turning on YouTube. You know that group from way back? Well, not too way back. But I mean, they have these cool songs. And then Sting had A New Day. I think that's the name of the song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these things
Yeah.
make me so happy. And sometimes,
Mhm.
and you don't have to be ecstatically happy. When I'm in the car in the morning, the last thing I want to hear is rock music. So what I put on is I put on my calm meditation music or my calm music, and I hear two pianos and a cello. And that music will transform me to start to look at on my drive to drive my kids to school or whatever, the trees and how it contrasts the sky or the
Mhm.
clouds themselves, or the little animal that might cross the road, or what I might see, or the other people. It starts to open your eyes when you're having fun. Don't you agree, Jenny?
Right. It is, and all the things you
Changes
mentioned,
everything.
it's really about calling yourself back to the present moment,
Yeah.
because so many times we're in the past lamenting, or we're in the future worrying.
Got to do
You know,
this,
it
got to
really
do
calls
that.
us back
Yeah.
to, yeah, I mean, just being conscious. Okay, what's going on around me? Look at the nature. Look at, I'm okay right now, you
Listen
know?
to the
I'm feeling
music. Yeah.
okay.
Come into the present. It's true. And that's what's the fun. I used to do music as a
Yeah.
profession, and I'd be listening to
Oh,
music
nice.
everywhere I did. Yeah. And so I was always listening to music. I used to feel like I was on cloud 157 every day. I still do, but because of the music then, now it's because of consciousness, you know? And what's number
Yeah.
four, the super duper number four?
Number four is really to get some tools. There are, like you were
Ah,
saying, there's tools all over the place. There are, there are meditations you can pull up online. You don't even have to pay for anything anymore, to get those tools. If you want those, the meditations, okay, I want a quick course to, to increase my love in my relationship, or to do this, or to whatever it is that you want to work on, claim it. Claim it. This can use a little love and work in my life.
that's
So
right.
I am going to go actively look for the tools, whether it's the free tools on YouTube, or hiring someone that resonates with you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But there's so many things out there now that there's really no kind of excuses not to get
Yes.
some
And
tools.
that's true. I love that what you said. It is, and the one thing YouTube, there is a lot out there. My gosh, is there a lot. But
Yeah.
you got to remember it's pretty much intro, which is great. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
that's how I got started on my yoga again. I'm giving her a plug. Okay, there you go. Boho yoga. Love that little 20-year-old and her flexibility. I get going too, and I love the music she picks, and she's on YouTube. And then that gives you no excuse to start. It's there.
Right.
But then when you get more serious, then then you're into it. And then you start looking for people that can give you exactly what you need for your particular life, your particular circumstance. But you know all about this. And I mean, when you get started, Jenny, it just changes when you take that first step, doesn't it?
It does. It does. You're telling yourself you love yourself, and that you care about yourself, and that you're connecting to that higher
Yeah.
place, your soul, that inner part of you that loves you, that doesn't get caught up in that head, the
Critical.
mental
Yeah.
limitations and the critical. Yeah, learning to be your best cheerleader instead of your greatest critic, really like encouraging yourself. Yes, I'm going to take time for myself today. Yes, I'm going to help someone today. Yes, I'm going to learn something today. These aren't really hard things that take a lot of
No.
time. It's just claiming them.
Claiming them. I love it. So today, of all those four, at least pick one or two and claim your right to feel empowered. No more overwhelmed. Just take two today and then add another one tomorrow. Just claim it. Claim it. That was a very good term. You have to claim it. You have to say, I'm going to do it. So, down below, guys, let me know. Put it down. Yes, I am going to claim one to two of these and I'm going to feel empowered. Just say, yes, I'm going to do it. And then I'm daring you. That's what I'm doing. I'm asking you to meet the challenge. It's not a hard challenge, and it's one that's proactive for your life. but you got to take the step and you got to claim it. So I want to see how many are going to do at least one or two. Let's do two of these empowering feelings. And Jenny, tell us a little bit. You've got a book out there.
I do.
Yay.
It's a short change, 30 ways to transform your life. And I'm a big believer in short, simple tools because, well, a few reasons. One, we have no time, quote unquote. We're very busy people. And also, if the tools are complicated or the tools are long, it's just another reason for us to kind of self-sabotage or, not stick with it. So I really do believe.
Can't do it.
Yeah, too hard. I don't have that time. Yeah. So it's broken in 4 parts. The first, and each chapter is really short, and each chapter has an exercise at the end. The first part's about getting rid of all that old stuff, the negative self-talk, forgiveness, self-forgiveness.
Jenny, you did what I did, and I like that. You did the exercises at the end. I put it as called, in my books, I call it as a time to focus. But don't you find, I mean, guys, books that have that, like Jenny's, mine too, but Jenny's, that has this, why, I mean, I did it because when my mind was overwhelmed and just so much, and I know Jenny's, here she's trying to heal, big stuff, trying to heal, and I was trying to transcend my situation. Your mind can get so crazy that you read a chapter and you won't know what went on. And
no, you need that experiential piece.
You do. You need to look at the end. You look at the questions and you think, oh man, okay, I got to go back and look. Or, oh wow, I didn't consider that. These little exercises at the end of the book help you double check and bring you back into the present. And that's a very cool aspect. And you have a gift for everyone too, don't you?
I do. I have a free book. I'd be happy to send a free copy of my book, signed free copy of my book.
Ooh, nice.
To one of your watchers and listeners.
Well, why don't we do, hey guys, it sounds like a fantastic book. And this girl, just to give her a little more credit, and I really think you need to hear this. Jenny not only cured one disease, she cured 3. And some of them are big, some of them are not. I mean, Jenny, really quickly, tell them what you did, because it's miraculous.
Well, first I was diagnosed with chronic mono. They always had the Epstein-Barr virus in my blood. Then it was fibromyalgia. Then it was a genetic blood disorder, actually, factor V Leiden, which they said that I would be like, I think it was like 400 times more likely to get a blood clot. I promptly manifested one within 4 weeks. It wound up in the hospital for 5 days. And then the last was the most grim. It was Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, benign hypermobility. And that was the one that led them to say that I would probably wind up in a wheelchair. Because the pain was concentrated in my legs. So, I was in my mid-30s and they said, and I was a dancer. As much as you love music, I was a dancer.
Wow.
So they told me, you can't dance again. You're going to hurt yourself if you dance. That was my passion.
Yeah.
And basically, tough, sorry, your life's going to decline. You're going to be on more and more pain pills. You're going to be doing a lot of physical therapy and you'll be in a wheelchair. And instead I wound up healing myself in 3 weeks. But that was after 7 years of being sick and going for more and more diagnoses and waking up every day feeling like I had the flu and not knowing if it was safe to drive my kids to school or, really being in chronic pain and being told that I'd have chronic disease for the rest of my life.
And see, so when and she cured herself. Is it possible? Yeah. It is actually. And if you feel overwhelmed with just the kids and everything else, imagine having to feel with life always being totally debilitated. And so, taking charge. If she does know something, she knows how to take charge and get herself into a position where she is happy, living life to the fullest, getting out there and curing herself. And that is the best empowering thing in the world. So, okay, I can't see all the comments. I don't know why Facebook does this to me. I hope out there that we have a ton of yeses, that you're going to take 2 challenges. And let's do this. For the first 5 that I see, or actually, I don't know, how should we do this? I'll say if you would like a book and just say, yes, put, Jenny, I'd love a book. Put that. Yes, I'm doing the challenge. Jenny, I want the book. And then I'll take the first 5, okay, that say, Jenny, I want the book, okay? And we'll get you a book. You'll get a book from us. Hello, Adele Marie. I see the new people added. And Evita, welcome. Guys, it is so, so worth it to start taking the steps to feel empowered, to not wake up feeling yucky, to not letting life overburden you. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about this, but take 2. Just start 2. You will just immediately you will feel better and empowered. Jenny, it was so fabulous to have you on. Do you have any last parting words for everybody?
Just be extra kind to yourself right now. You know, the energies are a little overwhelming, but we always have the power of how we think and how we are going to make ourselves feel. So be extra kind to yourself and do some of these steps. And yeah, just have faith, you know, claim your self-worth and self-love, and wishing you all a beautiful day. I'm really grateful to be here, Alena. Thank you.
I'm so glad you were here. And guys, if you know you're on the Savvy Sisterhood, enjoy the post, enjoy everything. We've got some surprises for you for those who really want to study a little bit more. I'm so excited. You know, I just love coming up with new ideas to help you grow. That's all I love to do. So anyway, keep posted on that. What are your 2 actions today? That's what I want to know. All right. Take care. Namaste. Thank you, Jenny. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.